And but the fray was like entirely forgettable. Mark and I were like, okay, we're because like we still came separately from her and her boyfriend because they were teenagers, you know. And we were like, all right, cool. We're gonna leave now while they're starting. They haven't played the big popular radio song, which I can't even remember right now. I almost confounded it with a different band of the time. Actually, I just realized. How to Save a Life. That's the one. I was about to say Boston. That was an Augustana song. But it was really funny when that Augustana song about Boston came out and I was living in downtown Boston. Oh man, that's how I felt going to see you two. They were okay, but Florence and the Machine opened. Oh my god. I would love to see Florence and the Machine. Yeah. How to Save a Life. That's the one, Kristen. It took me a minute. I was struggling. Y'all, I had to stand through Owl City once and it felt like hell, but I did it for my friend Cam. Literally, like, one of the worst women who I've ever had any kind of a relationship with was obsessed with Owl City. And she made me go to a free concert at the Hat Shell with her back when that frickin' song was popular. It was a nightmare. So I feel you. I feel you deeply. And I don't know what song, but like she was obsessed with Owl City, and I guess that like he had like a girlfriend who died or something, and there's like a song that he wrote about his dead girlfriend. All I know is that all of the girlies who loved Owl City were really obsessed with that song, and then they all started like hysterically crying when it started playing. And I was at this free concert, and I just am sitting there looking around going, uh my university always had big hip hop artists for homecoming and then a few pop rock emo acts during university week. So there were interesting free concerts. Um Nothing was ever through my college, but I lived in downtown Boston. So like I think that probably some of the weirdest free shows that I've ever seen in my life were like I saw a free show that Finch was like the opening band and the closer was Cake. And then that same night, we saw the Brazilian girls in Azamatli at the Paradise. The Cake and Finch were literally like out in the open, like in Government Center, which if you've ever seen the cover for the Jackbox game Guespionage, that weird brutalist building that looks like it's a fucked up AI drawing, no, that's actually just Government Center. Just saying. Just putting it out there. But yeah, that's where I saw them. They were interesting free concerts. Brendan Urie was weird vibes IRL, and rightfully fucking so. I sobbed during Swim when Jack's Mannequin played it in June, but it was fitting given the subject of the lyrics. Finch! I've seen Finch more often than I'd care to admit. What was hilarious is I was like always seeing another bad like emo screamo hardcore band whenever they were also on the docket, but you know. Cake and Finch, what a show. It was such a weird combination. I have heard this as well. I know. I saw T.I. and left after 3 songs after waiting for a 2-hour delay because he was such a sloppy performer. I know. Cake and Finch is a wild combination. But it was not long after... What was that album's name? Is it Pressure Chief? Or is... What is it? Hold on. Yeah. Pressure Chief came out in 2004. So it was technically part of, like, the touring of that album. But yeah, it was very weird. It was a very, very strange show, that's for sure. But Cake is great live, actually. I don't know if they still are, because I saw them 20 years ago. 22 years ago, actually. Or no, 21 years ago. But yeah, they're great. Let me see. Last year they had Neon Trees and Olivia O'Brien. That sounds fun. I don't know a lot of Cake songs, but I've always loved Long Jacket. Ugh. Hands you some Ben Gay for the knees. Thanks, Billy. Yeah, Short Skirt and Long Jacket is a good one. Um, like, Cake songs are either just really silly or they sound like they're upbeat and they're fucking heartbreaking. I think my favorite Cake songs are probably what is the name of that song? It's not She'll Hang the Baskets, that's a different one. But yeah, Wheels is one, you know. I Adore Love You Madly is a good one. See, that feels very on brand. Palm of Your Hand. Palm of Your Hand is probably my favorite Cake song, and it's definitely the saddest Cake song that I can think of off the top of my head. But it sounds really fun. We're going to play it right now, and I promise I won't cry.